everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today's read will be a collective read, so as per usual I will be starting off with an oracle and we can clarify the existing energies with tarot. Okay guys, so we have three cards here. The first card that came out was Magical and Powerful, New Beginnings, Alignment, Taking Action Towards Destiny, Creator of Own Reality Through Powers of Manifesting. Okay. And the second card that came out here is In Separation. So someone runs away, honeymoon phase ends, insecurities and attachment issues begin to appear, causing a rift in relationship. Okay, and this card came out in reversed. Okay, so it says time is ticking, but the reversal meaning reads, I am trying to be patient. I want you to return and I want to return to you. Being apart from you feels like an eternity. Okay. So these two cards I'm kind of reading hand in hand here. It definitely could be that someone who is in separation with you is fighting some sort of an urge that they have to reach out or to reconcile here. It's almost like I feel a very withdrawn energy, but I also feel a very deep desire to reconnect or reconcile here. Okay, someone could also be manifesting you or an opportunity to, bump into you or to communicate with you here. And this could also have been some sort of like a runner chaser dynamic here. The separation card reads, someone runs away, honeymoon phase ends. Okay. Insecurities and attachment issues begin to appear. So here's what I see, guys. It may be that someone's true colors have been revealed to you, or there's some sort of insecurities that are resurfacing that maybe was not, or these insecurities were not visible to you in the past here. Okay, someone here definitely has cold feet. They want to reconcile, but I also sense a very withdrawn energy where there's a lot of deep emotions here, but this person could be trying to suppress those emotions or, run from them, or not, wanting to feel almost numb in a way. Okay, let's see. So the Three of Cups wanted to pop out here. Someone could be overindulging. You and this individual may have mutual friends, so they could be going to a friend or a family member for advice here. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, so you have someone here who feels very restricted mentally. Okay, whether it's they're feeding into their pessimistic thoughts, whether it's a situation that they're persistently, revisiting here, and it's causing them to feel very withdrawn. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Judgment card. So there has been a major shift in a higher level of commitment. So this could be someone that you were in a long-term relationship with. Maybe for some of you, this could even be read as marriage, the Ten of Pentacles. But the Judgment speaks about, closing out or leaving behind what is no longer aligning with you or meant for you and moving towards what is. So there could be a period, or there could have been a period where you were detaching from this situation. But really what I see here is someone who feels that there has been a major shift between the both of you. So from a higher level of commitment to, detachment or being in separation here. This is someone who feels like you guys have a lot of history together, and there may even be something tangible that you guys have created together. So maybe this is someone that you, share assets with, or there could even be some sort of goals that you guys have in mind. But I'm specifically getting that there's something here that the both of you created together, and it's in the tangible realm. It's something that's tangible. It's in the 3D. Okay. I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed. Nine of Wands. You could have this person blocked, or they're viewing you in a very guarded energy. Like you've set very clear boundaries and you're not wanting to let some sort of a guard down. They're also viewing you as someone who currently does not trust them or trust the situation here. Something about your strength or your ability to overcome obstacles is being highlighted for this person as well. And the Nine of Wands is like that wounded warrior energy, right? So you may have a bit of fight left in you, but you're also very exhausted, and that's visible to this person. But initially, what I was getting here is this person's viewing you as you've set very clear boundaries. And like I said, some of you could have this person blocked. But if you don't quite literally have this person blocked, they're having a difficult time getting through to you. So I mean that in a way where this person could be wanting to speak to you. They're trying to formulate a message, but they can't figure out the right words to say. Or they can't figure out how to, initiate a conversation here. So we have the Knight of Wands followed by the Devil in the challenge position. So what I see here is this person could feel like their lifestyle somehow got in the way of this connection, or it created an emotional gap between the both of you. Now, the Knight of Wands and the Devil, this could be read as various different things. This could be bad habits. This could be someone who is on the go and travels a lot, and maybe that led to a lack of stability between the both of you. The Knight of Wands could also be a very adventurous energy. It could be read as like, with the Devil, it could be, again, something pertaining to their lifestyle. It could be someone who's keeping their options open, right? Someone who's not putting all their eggs in one basket. But again, that could lead to a lack of stability. So this is someone who's feeling challenged this week by their lifestyle or something that they were doing that created an emotional gap between the both of you. And it's interesting because I did mention that this sort of feels like a runner-chaser dynamic. And with the Knight of Wands, it's a very inconsistent energy, or it could be someone who is really invested, A, when it's convenient for them, or B, when they feel some sort of a thrill, right? So, digging beneath the surface here, this could be someone where when things are great, they're very involved. But when there is some sort of difficulty between the both of you, this could be someone who struggles with facing that issue head on, right? And the Knight of Wands, it's like, very passionate. It could be someone, like I said, who is really invested when something's very exciting or thrilling. But when it's mellow or something is not going the way that they wanted to, there could be something that they resort to doing, whether it's silent treatment. It could be not the best coping mechanism here, overindulging. And I mentioned that earlier on in the spread as well. And what's interesting is, even though this is someone who feels the emotional distance between the both of you, they still feel some sort of an attachment towards you. And the separation card does touch on, attachment issues and insecurities resurfacing. So this could even be someone who, it could be a case of self-sabotage. We did see the Eight of Swords. It could be someone who walked away from a connection because they assumed that they would end up hurt. Doesn't mean that that's the truth, but it's what's going on in their feelings. And the Devil and the Knight of Wands could be an attachment, but there's something that feels unhealthy about that attachment. How are you viewing them? The King of Pentacles. You may view this person as someone who's very focused on their finances at this time. There could be, financial issues that the both of you are facing right now. And it could be a week where you're trying to get your finances in order, or you're trying to operate from more of a logical perspective here. And I'm strongly getting, guys, there's something here that the both of you have created, and you guys share that very thing together. It could be something that you guys have worked on for quite some time, but I am getting that message persistently. Okay, but you are viewing them as, someone who is focused on their stability or their finances. Some of you may actually view this person as, or view the situation as finances being in the way, or someone's job or career being in the way of creating some form of stability in this connection. Like, for example, if this person had to travel for work, or maybe this person was not in the best financial space when you were, and it was hard to, build things all by yourself, right? So there's something to do with finances that's being highlighted here for sure. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Cups in your feelings, pouring into yourself. Queen of Wands could also be feeling like yourself again, or there's some sort of boost in confidence for you this week. And with the Nine of Cups, that does touch on, emotional fulfillment, but it's a very self-focused energy. So you are taking charge, you are reclaiming your power, and you're telling yourself that you are in charge of your own happiness. So what that's telling me is many of you feel that this situation was taking a toll on you, and you may feel like when you were involved with this person, if they did something to rub you the wrong way, it may have affected you for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, right? And so There's something about reclaiming your power or not allowing this person or this situation to consume you, right? Like it has in the past. There could also be some sort of physical changes that you're making here. And I will say, guys, you sense that this person is very attracted to you. You do sense that there's a lot of passion here, but you're wondering if there's going to be more, or in the past, when you were working towards wanting more, there was a disruption here. Even if this is someone that you were in a commitment with, there was a lot of inconsistency. There was something that was progressing that was constantly creating a gap between the both of you, hence why the Knight of Wands and the Devil's coming up in the challenge position. So we have the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune in your feelings. Some of you may have children with this person, and the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune is usually something working out in your favor. But this comes after making a very firm decision on what it is that you want. So you have to be very clear in your direction in order to receive this blessing, is what I'm seeing here. Because the Wheel of Fortune is something working out for you, or a positive turn of events, but it starts off where you're at, like a fork in the road, and it requires you to choose a direction, right? Do I want to completely move forward because I know my worth and I'm no longer tolerating this, or do I want to give this person one more chance? And with the Empress, the Queen of Wands, as well as the Wheel of Fortune, some of you could feel this person made a selfish decision, like stepping out on a connection or jeopardizing this very stable connection that they had with you for something that was very temporary, or someone that was very temporary, because we have the Empress as well as the Queen of Wands in your feelings. You may feel like this is someone who falls into temptation, or they lack discipline, right? And so someone who lacks discipline, it could lead to, like non-committal issues or insecurities resurfacing, that sort of thing. But I'm strongly getting that you're picking up the pieces and you're trying to move forward. You are healing, but you also feel like you're healing on your own. So this could be a week where you're, even though you're in separation, maybe you're not going to anyone for advice, or if you're someone who's usually, very social, out and about, it could be that this week you're keeping to yourself. Okay, so we have the Lovers clarifying the Knight of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords clarifying the Devil card. You have someone here who's very conflicted. This could be someone who's very good with their words. They could have a way of kind of, sorting things out with you, even when it feels very difficult. And what they say could be something that you, were believing in the past, but you're starting to see the holes in their game, if you will. Right? And I feel like with the Five of Swords and the Devil card, this is someone who's very conflicted. This is someone who wants to speak to you again, but it's also coming from a space of, I will say it's a very determined individual, but it's not someone who's being completely open with you, because I see that there's certain things here that are still ongoing, and those certain things have created an obstacle between the both of you in the past. With the Lovers and the Knight of Wands, I'm strongly getting that, yes, this is someone who feels an intense connection towards you, but the Lovers boils down to a decision. It's two very different energies trying to come together, but a firm decision needs to be made. And there's something pertaining to their lifestyle or a very fickle energy that was getting in the way. So this person could feel very intensely towards you, but if they continue to be inconsistent, then it's not highly possible that it's going to, translate into a stable connection here, and that's something that they're realizing. This is someone who feels very conflicted. They're very determined, but there's also like the determination, right? It's also stemming from a space of frustration or anger. And they are going through a lot emotionally and mentally, but they may not be dealing with it in the best way or the healthiest way with the Devil card here. And we have the Lovers and the Devil. They feel an attachment towards you. They still feel connected to you, but there's something about that attachment that feels very unhealthy. Whether it's there's something about this connection that feels forbidden, whether it's still feeling connected to you, but knowing that they, stepped out on the relationship or did something wrong in the past. But despite the distance, they're still feeling connected to you, is what I'm seeing strongly. So we have the Page of Wands in their feelings and the Temperance, wanting to reach out to you, wanting to restore some sort of balance here. There is a spiritual lesson, right, that is being illuminated to this person, but they're having a hard time grasping it or understanding it because there's something here that they're continuing to do or something that they're dabbling in that is creating a block. Right? The Temperance card could touch on a spiritual lesson, something that is being highlighted for you for your own growth or your healing, but I see a block here. Whether it's overindulging or taking part in something that's creating a block for them, they're not able to see clearly what's being presented to them. Four of Pentacles in the Chariot. Wanting to see some sort of progress, but it's still a very withdrawn energy. I feel like if this person were to reach out to you, you could intuitively sense that they're not telling you everything, or they're picking and choosing what they want to share with you. And the Chariot is progress, but it's progress after after some form of acceptance, right? There is like a dark side and a light side to things. So again, I did mention that this could be someone who is fine with the connection when everything is progressing perfectly, but when there's a difficulty, they have a hard time facing that difficulty. So what I'm sensing here is someone, like the energy of needing to accept that things are not always going to be exciting or things are not always going to be smooth flowing, but to not give up on the connection. And I really see them struggling to accept something and move forward because there are certain things that they're choosing not to think about, certain emotions that they're choosing not to feel or avoiding feeling. The Hanged Man and the Three of Swords. I see the stagnancy may continue with the Three of Swords. I do see some sort of healing taking place, but this could be healing that's occurring for the both of you individually, not necessarily together. And there's also a shift in perspective that this person is having. The Three of Swords is being clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Hanged Man, Five of Wands. So like I said, what created an emotional gap, or whether it was an external influence or some sort of drama or chaos, I do see I do see that progressing, but I do see that it's causing this person to feel very stagnant. There could be something that's in the way of this connection, or opinions that are in the way of this connection that they feel very powerless about. Because Nine of Swords and the Five of Wands is stressing out or feeling anxious about something that is going on around you. It's usually an external influence. It's usually something that feels very chaotic or dramatic, but Nine of Swords could be feeling like they don't have control over it. And I'm strongly getting that they're going to continue thinking about you, but we have the Five of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Devil, right? So there's something here that needs to, completely be, or completely needs to come out of the equation in order for something to take off here. And bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. It may even require a firm decision of where do I want to give my energy to, right? I can't have it all, or I can't invest in it all. And I see someone who's strongly stressed out in their current environment, in the potential outcome here. So there's something here or someone here that is really stressing them out, but they feel very powerless over it. So let's see if there's anything they want to communicate. Okay. So many things remind me of you. Okay, let's see. So they are getting constant reminders or, signs about you. Sorry, guys, a bunch of cards flipped out. Okay, anything else? Finding out the truth crushed me. So whether this is a truth about you moving forward, detaching, just being near you is intoxicating. I did pick up on that energy with the Devil as well as the Lovers. A very intense connection, but there's still an obstacle that's in the way, or there's something that feels very forbidden here. Anything else? My life is not as together as my life is not as together as it seems. Yes. So again, this person could be dealing with issues financially. There could be a lack of stability with the Four of Pentacles in their feelings, but it may not be something that they're revealing, or it may be something that they're hiding in the current moment. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.